Welcome back to our Teach About AI series. I'm Mrs. Cannikins. Our goal is to empower teachers to have great talking points and lessons available, lesson ideas available, so that when the topic of AI comes up with students, you can either teach this simple lesson with a play and pause format, or you can watch this lesson ahead of time so that you have the knowledge and some lesson ideas to deliver to your students. This time, part two, we are going to look at About AI, how AI is unimaginative. We have a fun little exercise that really will help that hit home with your students. Here are some of the topics that we've done before. We've already done a lesson on bias. We have several more coming up. As we look at why AI is so unimaginative, we want to ask ourselves, why is AI so predictable? We've talked about how generative AI is a series of predictions. AI is taking all of the large language data that it has trained on, and it is predicting what is the most likely next letter, sentence, word. When it comes to that, we realize that creativity is really a complex human trait, and it involves our imagination, it involves originality, and those nuances are difficult to train. I'm sure that AI will get there someday, but right now, AI still struggles with that creative part of the human experience. So, what AI is doing, it is prioritizing reproducing existing patterns. So, from all the huge amounts of data, it's looking for existing patterns and it wants to try to reproduce those. So, it tends to be predictable. Here is a great way to show what this looks like. I would like you to brainstorm these simple topics: a list of dogs' names, a list of pigs' names, and places in New York City, maybe landmarks that you would visit, or things you would do in New York City. For example, you might get a hot dog from a street vendor. We are going to give you a second to pause the video, and with your class, with your group, you have to write down your predictions for this to be fun. Welcome back. Did your predictions look any like mine? I've done this exercise lots of times, and this is a list from one particular group. You probably had some of the same dog names. I bet you had a Spot. I bet you had a Max, and lots of places in New York that you could visit. What are we going to do with this? Let's take a look. Our next step now is to have your teacher take this prompt or something very similar. Tell me a story of a dog, a horse, a pig having a grand adventure in New York City, and write it at the fifth grade reading level. Where that underline is, you can put the seventh grade, the third grade, you can put whatever grade you'd like to target. And I want you to go ahead and do that. And I would actually recommend that you do that in several different AI generators. Try ChatGPT, try Google's Gemini, try Microsoft's Copilot, try Perplexity, try a couple different ones, and then let's come back and compare our results. Welcome back. Let's see what your results were and if they were like mine at all. So the first tool that I used was Perplexity. I love using Perplexity because I don't even have to log in and it will give you a nice result. So I've put some squares around some of the words that I had in my brainstorm. My dog was named Max here, and I had a pig named Oik. Central Park, Times Square, those were things I predicted. Some things I hadn't predicted, but I'm not surprised to see: hot dogs from a street vendor, skyscrapers. The next one that I looked at was ChatGPT. The dog was named Daisy. No, the dog was Max, which I had. Percy was the pig. I did not have that name. But look at some of the other things that happened. They went to Central Park. They went to Times Square. There were towering skyscrapers. There were hot dog stands and taxis. So very predictable. This was from Google Gemini. The pig was Penelope, didn't have that one. The dog was Rusty, didn't have that one. But honking taxis, hot dogs, Central Park. Now, one thing I would say about Gemini is that Gemini had a little bit more of a voice. It had a little bit more personality. So Gemini was more imaginative than some of the others. As we look at these three outputs, we just looked at some really specific things that we had predicted. If you want to take this a step further, there's some things that you can do. You can look at the endings. Did they all live happily ever after and go off in a sunset? Probably something like that happened. You can continue this activity by comparing different parts of your outputs from these tools as well. What are some takeaways about AI in its sense of being unimaginative? Here's what you need to know. Students, if you're using generative AI, your teachers will know it is obvious if you take it without revising and editing. And part of that is just how unimaginative is and how predictable. If your teacher's asking you to maybe brainstorm with AI, don't think that that's going to be your final product. Another takeaway is that outputs from the same prompt are always unique. Remember, generative AI generates something very new and distinct every single time. It's always different, but there are certainly some distinct similarities. And so those are some of our big takeaways from About AI this time. Make sure you come back next time when we will look at other things like inaccuracies, plagiarism, copyright issues, safety and privacy. See you next time.